This is just sign to detach, let go, and let Allah take control. Have you ever felt like you're holding on too tightly, trying to control every outcome, every possibility, and every step of your life? It's exhausting, isn't it? You plan, you strive, you overthink, yet things still fall apart in ways you never expected. And in these moments, it feels like the harder you hold on, the more life slips through your fingers. But here's the truth. Real peace comes when you learn to let go and allow Allah to take control. Letting go isn't a sign of weakness. It doesn't mean you stop caring or trying. No, it means you release the burden of controlling outcomes that were never yours to manage in the first place. It's a powerful act of trust, trusting that Allah, who created you, knows what's best for you. And when you master this mindset, you will experience a kind of peace that nothing in this world can shake. Why is it so hard to let go? If I'm to be honest, I still struggle with that. We live in a world that constantly tells us to hustle, plan, and take charge of everything. And while there is nothing wrong with being ambitious or working hard, the problem begins when we think our efforts alone determine our success. We start believing that if we let go, everything will fall apart. I know this struggle personally. There was a time when I held on too tightly to something I desperately wanted. I made endless du'as, worked tirelessly, and planned every detail to make it happen. I thought if I just tried too hard enough, I could control the outcome. But I tell you what, nothing worked out. Every door I knocked on remained shut. And with every rejection, I felt more frustrated. I was like, why wasn't Allah answering my du'as? Astaghfirullah, why was I like that? I remember one night sitting in sujood, exhausted and heartbroken, crying. When you're just crying, you don't know why you're even crying, tears just coming because, like, you feel like everything is on your head. And I had done everything right, but I still wasn't getting what I wanted. And that night, for the first time, I changed my dua. Instead of begging for that specific thing, I simply said, Ya Allah, if this is not good for me, take it away. And whatever is better for me, bring it into my life, even if I don't understand it now. And that was the moment everything shifted. I finally released the tight grip I had on my plans. And subhanallah, when I let go, things started falling into place. Just not the way I wanted or the way I expected. No. But looking back, I realized that Allah wasn't punishing me by withholding what I wanted. He was protecting me and preparing me for something far better. And this experience taught me a profound lesson. When you trust Allah and let go of your, need to control, you make space for His greater wisdom to unfold in your life. So, friend, free yourself from the illusion of control. When you attach yourself to things, whether it's a dream, a relationship, or an outcome, you unknowingly chain your heart to this world. And the more you cling, the more vulnerable you become to disappointment. But Islam teaches us to practice thought, which is detachment from the temporal pleasures of this world, not by abandoning life, but by placing our trust in Allah above all. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said, be in this world as though you were a stranger or a traveler. So when you understand that nothing truly belongs to you, not your wealth, not your health, not even your loved ones, you begin to release the tight grip you have on this life. And in that release, you find freedom. Listen, bestie, letting go doesn't mean giving up. Sometimes we think, oh, if I let go, it means I'm giving up. No, 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 no. Some people confuse letting go with giving up, but they are not the same. Letting go means doing your best, your part, while leaving the rest to Allah. It's about trusting His plan even when you can't see the bigger picture. Think about the story of Musa alayhi salam when he stood at the edge of the Red Sea. Behind him, Pharaoh's army was approaching, and in front of him, there was nothing but endless water. From a worldly perspective, it looked hopeless, but what did Musa say? My Lord is with me. He will guide me through. Subhanallah. Musa alayhi salam didn't panic. He didn't try to control what he couldn't. Instead, he trusted Allah and Allah split the sea for him. Subhanallah. So, when you're stuck between what feels like an impossible situation, remind yourself that Allah can open doors that you never knew existed. You don't have to control everything. No, you just need to trust the one who does. So, let me tell you some practical steps to detach and trust Allah. First, renew your intention. Ask yourself, why am I holding on so tightly? Is it because I trust my plan more than Allah's? Renew your intention to seek His pleasure above all else and remind yourself that His plan is always better, even when you can't understand it yet. It's not your job to understand it anyway. Next, make dua with full surrender. Pour your heart out to Allah in dua. But instead of asking for things to go exactly your way, say, Ya Allah, if this is good for me, grant it to me. And if it's not, remove it from my path and grant me something better. The Prophet ﷺ said, nothing increases one's lifespan except righteousness, and nothing repels the divine decree except supplication. So make dua. Next, take action but detach from the outcome. Listen, sweetheart. Islam is not about positivity. You're encouraged to take action, but once you've done your best, release your attachment to the results. Whether it succeed or fail, trust that Allah's plan is unfolding perfectly. The next thing you need to do is reflect on Allah's names. When you feel anxious or impatient, reflect on the names of Allah. Al-Wakil, the trustee; Ar-Razak, the sustainer; Al-Fatah, the opener, because he's the one who provides, opens doors, and manages your affairs better than you ever could. And lastly, practice gratitude in the present moment. Instead of worrying about the future, practice being grateful for where you are right now. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, creating a heart full of contentment and trust. Let me tell you the peace that comes from letting go. When you learn to let go and let Allah take control, you no longer live in a constant state of stress. You realize that no amount of worrying will change what's written for you, and that's liberating. The next time you feel overwhelmed, remember this ayah where Allah said, and whoever puts his trust in Allah, then he will suffice him. So whatever you're holding on to, whether it's fear, pain, or a future you're trying to force, release it. Release it. Let Allah handle it, because when you let go of your need to control, you make room for his divine mercy and guidance to flow into your life. And by the way, trusting Allah doesn't mean life will always be easy, but it means you'll always be held no matter what happens. Let go of the burden of trying to manage everything on your own, because you're not alone. Allah got you. You have Allah. Surrender your worries, release your fears, and trust that Allah is already taking care of what's best for you. Because when you let go and let Allah take control, you gain something this world could never give you: unshakable peace. Until next time, may Allah guide you, protect you, and fill your heart with peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Love you. See you in my next video. Bye.